All right, I'm back. I guess this looks a lot better. Uh, Welcome to the Coding Family. As you can tell by the title, I wanted to say let's talk about parenting. I'm gonna share this stream because I had to start the phone over, and this is gonna. I'll be right back. I'm gonna share this out on Twitter too. Alright, I think I'm done sharing. Okay, I'm gonna wait and see if I get people in. I messed up on my first attempt to stream. But I'm going to talk about parenting from from a couple standpoint, from either a hetero or gay relationship, marriage, whatever nowadays. But I wanted to say that parenting nowadays is really really hard. I can't imagine what it's like to be a single parent. But I wanted to talk from a dad's perspective, and I think dads tend to be the protector and also the disciplinarian and try to establish what I would say a leadership role when it comes to that part. And why do I say that? It's because at least it's with me. I feel like the mother needs to have some. They're raising the kids, but they also need to have that enforcer, and so it's harder for single parents. Hey, welcome to the stream. Thank you for coming in. I had technical difficulties. I'm going to talk about parenting. Well, I guess thank you for stopping in. But anyways, for those watching the re-air, hey, hi Gemma, how you doing? Saw your video about the Autism Act that the UK passed in 2009. We don't have nothing like that in the States. Well, we're doing pretty good. We're kind of but we're such a big land and everything. We almost have to do everything local and everything. Um, and therefore that some states are better with autism and others are not too good. Ours is in between. But yeah, we have um, we have a lot of land to cover and all that with the autism services and all that, and we're really really back. But yeah, yeah, it's hard. It's hard, especially when you have special needs kids, and especially when you have an autistic child. It's you don't go by the with a neurotypical child you can discipline real well, but with an autistic or cognitive delayed child, you have to be creative in your parenting. You have to give them choices. You have to can't give them absolutes, so because it doesn't work very well. And you gotta you know it's a constant battle with Dakota. He's had meltdowns the last 4 days in a row, and it's stressful. And it's hard on everybody in the family. But I think dads have a when you have a couple and it's a heterosexual relationship, dads have a responsibility to be an enforcer. And if you're in a gay relationship, and one of you's got to be the enforcer, somebody's got to be a leader. The other one has to establish a your spouse needs to establish a schedule or a routine or something, and you just need that. You just need that with the kids. They need discipline. They need guidance. They need love, and especially in today's world, you can't just spank a kid and go on. You got to explain why they're being disciplined. You got all these issues with social media. Routines, especially with autistic children, are important. Dakota battles that daily because he's also cognitive delayed, so it's really, really hard with Dakota because he's on his own routine. He wants to play, 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 and everything. But we make him use his words while he's playing. But yeah, parenting can be tough. And it doesn't matter if you have special needs kids or neurotypical kids. It's tough. But children do need routines, no matter if they're special needs or not. They thrive on that. They like to know this is what's going to happen today at a certain time. They do. And if you don't have that routine, then it doesn't work. Yeah, and my hope and prayer is that Dakota makes it into a group home, but right now it's looking like once we're not able to take care of them, they'll probably end up going to a state mental hospital, and I don't want that to happen. Because they also charge the criminally mentally ill there. So I do not want that to happen, so we're concentrating on adaptive skills with them. If we can get him most of the way potty trained, then I'll be happy because then he'll most certainly be in a group home. I gotta get him potty trained, and that's hard. He knows that stuff goes in the toilet from his body. He doesn't. I don't know. It might be a sensory thing. I don't know. But I'm thinking about consulting a psychiatrist about CBD with him and see if he thinks that it'd be okay. Sometimes that's what they do, Jim. They'll do that. They'll do that, and then he'll end up getting medicated and just be in a bed. Now, they should be in there if they're having a crisis, like a temporary stay, so they can get their medicines regulated and all that. Well, back in the day in the United States, you know what they did with special needs adults and kids in hospitals like that? They tortured them. Electrical shock therapy and all that. I'm pretty sure it happened in the UK too. They would do remove the frontal lobe of the brain. My uncle died in a state hospital that I never met, and they had a disease called typhoid. Yeah, 3 people, 1 life. But yeah, parenting's tough, and it's best to do it as a couple, whether it's heterosexual or in a gay relationship. You got to have 2 people. That way, when one is stressed out, the other one can pick up the slack and everything. And and you have to have some kind of discipline, even with special needs and autistic kids. You have to have it. And neurotypical, you have to have them too. You have to have discipline, but it has to be the right kind of discipline. It's got to be a teachable discipline and everything. But yeah, three people one night. Come in and chat a while, listen to my rambling. This is from a dad's perspective. And I can't imagine being a single parent. They have to be the mom and dad. And self-discipline is even harder. That's why you discipline a child, but you do it the right way so that when they grow up, it's easier for them to self-discipline. What I mean by that is say, hey, I need to make this decision. Or and then a higher functioning autistic person can say, hey, I know this will be overwhelming for me, so I need to go to this. So yeah, decision making skill. That's how you make discipline. Is how you help them make decision making skills. There's always a consequence, whether it's good or bad. But for those watching the rear, I know that I'm not going to have very many people on here. I usually do that later in the day, but I just wanted to get on live and talk about this and let people know that I know in today's world we have a lot of competing problems too. Social media, uh, the TV is a big problem. Let's be honest. A lot of things are going into our child's mind, but we need to be the first and foremost in that as parents. Yes, there's always going to be a consequence, whether it's good or bad. That's why you have to have good decision making skills because then you can say, hey, if I did this, more than likely this will happen. So discipline, but discipline is not just saying no and go to timeout. Discipline is teaching them decision making skills. And what's great is that this theory of mine goes for both special needs and neurotypical kids. Of course, for neurotypical kids, it's going to be easier. And why do I say it's going to be easier? It's because they'll be able to have a better thought process than a special needs child. With a special needs child, especially with mine, that's got a minute attention span, you got to go over it and over it and over it. You might as well be Memorex. You might as well be on repeat. So, I don't know. I think we also need to be able to learn to not to ignore the little things and concentrate on the big things. That I have a hard problem with sometimes. I have to correct myself a lot. My wife helps me with that too. But yeah, but I just can't imagine that. So, with that being said, we're waiting on to get him to see the psychiatrist, and we're going to try to change his medicines because of the meltdowns and stuff. I think he's having a lot of anxiety, so we're going to have to up the anxiety medicine. He gets that way. The great thing about it is when we got up the other night, I got to sleep with him and he didn't pinch me for once. He didn't smack me for once. Yes, I climb into bed with him sometimes just so that he doesn't like being alone sometimes at night. And he's at a 2-year-old level. That's what you would do with a kid sometimes. Yes, but with Dakota, his anxiety is contributing to the meltdowns. don't do shout outs unless I know you. And we're talking about parenting. But those watching it on the rear, I want to know your, only if I know you. By the way, guys, if you're watching the rear, please subscribe to Gemma. She's a great friend of ours and all that, and she's great with autism. If you're in the United Kingdom, it's important to link up with her because she has the knowledge and the skills to walk you through what services might be available in that nation. So that's, see, but yeah, it's kind of hard. And then I guess with special needs parenting, sometimes you don't I think with special needs parenting, the one thing we have to realize is that we're always going to be a parent. We're not going to transition into an advisor like a neurotypical child. Their parent would probably be more of an advisor when they're of age. We're always going to be parenting until we die. We're always going to be parenting until we die. So it gets real stressful on a marriage. It gets real stressful on the child because the child knows that they want to do the things that neurotypical kids do, and that makes it hurt. Oh, yeah. I like reading the comments as long as we've been getting a lot of comments and all that on video. It's really taking it off, and we're doing a lot of outreach with Dakota and all that. Yeah, autism is hard. Especially, it's got to be hard on the siblings too, the brothers and sisters. I can't imagine that. Because it takes away the attention that the brother, the neurotypical child, normally gets, and they have to put it all on the special needs child. So I can see where there could be some resentment sometimes. So you got to constantly remind the neurotypical child that, hey, he's special needs, and that's what we have to do with girls. We got to remind him all the time that he's, not at a typical level. My wife's constantly reminding me of that because, even though I know in my heart and I know in my mind that he's at a 2-year-old level, I just wish he was up in the mental age more. It'd be so much easier on him and me. But yeah, one of the things I want to say about discipline too is never discipline when you're in an angry mood. Never discipline when you're in an angry mood because then you're going to deal with the wrong discipline and you're just reacting and you need to have it a teachable moment. I have a big problem with that. Yes, they need more support, but they also need they need that guidance, and they need to not be, and it's going to be hard for a single parent because they have to go out and work. Ryan, a gamer, did you get that pool ready? 4 people, 2 likes, by the way. My wife's listening to me and ramble on as a dad's perspective, and I'm pretty sure she has some of her own thoughts and everything, and so I'll get her to share that. And a side note, we're going to be having a background on our lives and all that. It's so exciting, and we're going to end up getting a green. There's going to be tons of updates on our live stream. It's going to take a while. By the way, I want to hear your thoughts about parenting, whether you have neurotypical children or special needs. Sometimes it can go I think you can use our techniques we use with our special needs with neurotypical kids. I think you can. That's just my opinion, especially at a younger age. But summertime in a little city, it's about, we're going to have rain the next 3 days. We got a storm that's going to be parked over us for a few days. It's breaking the rain right now, but it's just souping up. But yeah, those watching the re-air, I would like for you to give me your 2 cents on it. Uh, I think I did from a dad's perspective. When you have a couple that's, especially a heterosexual, it's going to be a little bit easier because the dad can be the enforcer and then the mother can be the nurturing one. And the mother can help the dad stay centered. So we both have leadership roles. It's just in different areas. She's the one that tells everybody to dial it down a notch. My wife is. She's telling me to just take a breather. Oh, it takes a lot of energy. We're all, believe it or not, Jimmy, we're parenting even in the middle of the night a lot of times. Dakota wakes up in the middle of the night. So we've got 24-hour parenting on us. Yeah, Dakota's woke up the last 3 nights in a row. And that's why I think a lot of special needs parents, the reason why they get a divorce or they get separated is because they don't have that intimacy. And what I don't mean like sexual intimacy, I'm talking about that alone time. They make they don't make that they don't make it a point to take care of the relationship. They're always concentrating on the children, and they need it. And I think there should be more of especially with the special needs area, more of educational training for these parents and everything. But if you're a parent of a special needs child, you need to set out alone time with your significant other. That means sometimes you're going to go without sleep a little bit. And it's very important to have that good relationship going if you're a couple, because that helps with the discipline and raising your kids. It is, and it's taxing on a relationship. So to make parenting easier if you're a couple, make sure that you have that alone time with your significant other. Oh, and you know what, Jim? There's plenty of autistic women and men that lead productive life, and you don't have to have a relationship to be happy. Because see, somebody can only add to your happiness or take away from your happiness. But it makes you as a person, you have to make your own happiness. No matter if you're in a relationship or not, you have to have a center where you're happy with. Because if you're not happy with yourself, nobody else can make you happy. So, and it's a constant battle whether you have autism or whether you have, if you're neurotypical. It's a constant battle. I always told, the one thing I told my wife from the get-go in a relationship, I cannot make you happy. You already have to have that center in your life where you're happy. And our relationship didn't flourish until she started being happy with herself. When she started being happy with herself and accepting the things that she had challenges a little bit, our relationship took off. Do we have issues still this day? Sure do. Every couple does. 33 years? Wow, we've been together for 15 years. I had issues. I couldn't make our relationship go good too either. I wasn't really happy with myself there for a while. And I became unhappy again with myself, and our relationship suffered because of that. But you gotta remember that, especially when you have a couple, whether it's hetero or homosexual, you got to have that intimacy to be an effective parent to your child. You gotta have us time. If you don't have that us time, and it's always family, 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 there's no chance that you're gonna ever connect with your significant other. And therefore, it affects your parenting. Now, I can't imagine being a single dad or a single mom. That's gotta be hard. Especially if you have custody of the kids. Because more than likely, 5 days out of the week, you're doing it alone, 24 hours. So you gotta be the nurse, you gotta be the nurturer, you gotta be the disciplinarian. You got many hats you gotta do. You gotta be the person that puts food on the table. It's gotta be tough for a single parent. That's why if you're a single parent, my idea, when I say us time, maybe you need to set time for yourself late at night or whatever, where you don't have kids that are constantly needing attention. Oh wow! I would invite you to get some autism parenting training that it might help you. Uh, Lots of states don't have the ability of providing ABA therapy, but that'd be a great opportunity for you to learn how to really connect with your autistic brother. Uh, I think that's another thing that's lacking is sibling training when it comes to special needs kids, especially with autism. Uh, oh wow, the UK. The UK is represented. The states don't have that good autism national autism services. The states do not have national autism services. They leave it to the local governments, the local state governments. We're more of a decentralized government, meaning that the federal government expects the states to take care of those needs. And quite frankly, I live in a state that really hasn't met those needs. But I see these kids out here and everything, and I see that they're roaming the streets at 1 or 2 o'clock in the evening, and they're like 12, 13 years old. 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm wondering, where's the discipline? Where's the routine? That kid should be in bed. Oh, all right. It's gonna be really tough once it becomes full time there. But yeah, I wanted to come out here and talk about this for a little bit. Oh wow, a lot of issues going there, Ryan. A lot of issues going there. And I invite you, once the kids are of age, like when they, my son's going to be able to go to his school until he's 21, but get him in a day program if you got custody of him still after 21. Get him in a day program because he like that stuff, and it gives you a little bit of balloon time. I'll probably be moving to near a bigger city just so we can do that for him. Anyways, I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on parenting, and I want it from everybody. I don't want it just from parents. I want people to give their 2 cents and give their opinion. I feel free to do that. And I want to hear from the neurotypical parents too. But I think this 30-minute live, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. And I'm going to invite you guys to come to our lives at any time. It is hard. It is hard nowadays. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I'll be back later today. And but I just wanted to connect with my UK friends because I know they're in a different time zone. It's probably exciting times for the UK too. Prince Harry had a son the other day. Congratulations to the royal family. To my UK friends, feel free to come back. I used to have like 5 or 6 UK friends that come to our streams. Please come back. Look at the new streams we're going to be creating. We're going to it's going to step up the game a little bit. Yeah, 6:44. It's 12, it's almost 1 o'clock right now. Here, in the afternoon. So, everybody, I'm out of here.